Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's What's Up Wednesday. My name is Rachel, and I'm on the client support team here at Early Learning Ventures. And today I'm joined by Shelley Summer, who is the Operations Director at the Palmetto Shared Services Alliance in South Carolina. Welcome, Shelley. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Rachel. It is absolutely my pleasure to be here with you.
Yeah, so exciting. Um, if you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you are a returning viewer or if you're already familiar with us here at Early Learning Ventures, welcome back. Thank you for hanging out with us today. If you have not heard of Early Learning Ventures before, we are a 501c3 nonprofit based out of Colorado, and our mission is to expand access to quality and affordable childcare. So I have links in the description of this video where you can find our website to learn more about the various resources that we offer, and also where you can get a free demo of our childcare management system, Alliance Core. One of the ways that we focus our efforts on improving the quality of early childhood programs is by providing free resources and sharing knowledge on various topics related to ECE. So these What's Up Wednesday videos are one example of that. We are live every week at 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I hope that you'll continuously join us live and watch us, or you can also watch the recordings of these videos as well on our website, YouTube channel, and Facebook channel. So we've got lots of people joining in, saying hello. Hey, Shelley, thank you. Thank you
Hi,
for joining.
everybody.
It's exciting. We also have a special opportunity here for our existing Alliance Core users, which is a chance to win a scholarship to use Alliance Core completely free for an entire year. So to participate, you just have to tune in to our weekly What's Up Wednesday videos and add a comment answering our question of the week. Every week for more chances to win, each comment counts as an entry into that raffle. A winner will be selected at random after 7 weeks. So don't miss out on this incredible opportunity because this could save you anywhere from $300 to $1,200 depending on the size of your program. So for this week, we would love to know what you served for snack today. So go ahead and add a comment if you're watching live, or if you're watching the recording, you can add a comment at any time on Facebook and on YouTube. And let us know what you served for snack today, and we'll put your name into that raffle to win a free year of Alliance Core. All right, so let's dive into what is up on this Wednesday. Today we're going to be learning all about the Palmetto Shared Services Alliance in South Carolina. So Shelley, why don't you start us off by telling us a bit about yourself and your role at PSSA?
Well, thank you so much. Again, I'm so excited to be here. So I am the operations director for Palmetto Shared Services Alliance. We are the state Shared Services Alliance for South Carolina. And we are also a 501c3. We became a nonprofit back in 2017 and have been plugging away, trying to make our way through the state since. I've moved up from being the person that in the early days was helping to kind of figure out what this was going to look like, to being the outreach coordinator, to now being the operations director. So it's been a journey in many, many ways.
Yeah, that's incredible to get to be there from the very beginning and see all these changes unfold.
Yes, like it is the coolest experience and one that has been defined by the word patience. And, I've learned so much and grown so much from this journey. So it's been exciting.
I love that. Yeah, I thought we were just talking about that before we went live, and like there's so many opportunities to learn in this field, and
Yes.
you're always learning, and that's
I
incredible.
just, I don't ever want to be the person that's not
Yeah.
always learning or trying to find out what the answers to things are. And in this day and age, like why wouldn't you want to keep learning and finding out things? So I learn
Yeah,
something new, I swear, every day.
I love that. Awesome. Why don't you give us an overview on PSSA?
Sure. So we are similar in some ways to Early Learning Ventures, but for those of you that don't know, there are about 35 states that have a shared services network that utilizes an online platform to provide business supports to childcare centers. ELV was the first. We were the 21st state. And so through our resource platform, which is what we call it, we give our providers access to cost savings on the national level, but also on the local level. We have policies and handbooks and procedures and business plan toolkits and marketing tool. Anything you could ever imagine is on this platform. Some people call it a childcare business in a box, which I kind of like that because it's absolutely true. But it's just so much more. Like anything, all of our agencies in South Carolina are listed there. We tried to make it a one-stop shop. So that is the base, kind of the bread and butter of what we do is our resource platform. But we have a robust professional development program where our team offers in-person webinar trainings as well. But we also have an online university that is connected directly into our state credentialing system. And you can get your mandated DSS credit hours right there from our website, which is really exciting. And we are in the beginning stages of creating a substitute pool for the state of South Carolina. We're working on the pilot right now, which is something we have wanted from day one and are so excited to finally get to dig in on it.
Wow. You guys
So
are doing a lot.
kind of in a nutshell, it's a lot.
Yeah. I like what you said about the childcare business in a box to describe the resource platform. That's great.
I mean, we have a grant right now in South Carolina called the Success Grant, and it is a hope to open more programs, whether they're family or centers. And the hope is to encourage some family providers to take that next step and open centers. And so I've probably in the last, 6, 7, 8 months met with about 200 potential new providers in our state and getting to be with them from the very beginning. And I've created a business plan toolkit for them and every step of the way so that when they finally open their doors, they will have everything they need foundationally to keep their business running well. It's really been exciting.
Yeah, that kind of support is invaluable.
It really is. There's so many people that just try to figure it out, and I don't know how you just figure it out. It's very complicated. So.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, we have some comments here. So it looks like Terry said yogurt and watermelon faces for snack today. That is so cute.
I love that. That's awesome. Thanks, Terry.
We could add a picture
so
in the comments. That'd be fun.
Love it.
And then Amy says she loves the educational opportunities. Yeah, that's exciting.
It just is.
To learn more about that.
Yep.
I've heard the story before, but I think it would be great to share with everybody so we all can hear. Can you tell us how you first heard of us or how you first heard of Early Learning Ventures?
So in the early days, before I was an assistant director at a childcare program in Greenville County in South Carolina. And before I left that job to go work for Greenville First Steps, which was kind of our umbrella agency, the people that helped found us and got us started on the right feet. They had actually found Judy Williams with you guys and had gone out there to meet with her. I think she'd come here a couple times to meet with them. And then I came on board and, we did the foundational part. But when we went to our first shared services conference, I was really excited to sit in on Judy's session on Alliance Corps. In my previous world at my childcare program, I had looked at every childcare management system on the market that existed at that point and not found one that I loved, that did exactly what I wanted it to do on the level I wanted to do it at the price that I wanted it to do it at. And so I sat in, I went to the session with Judy. My boss, Leslie, went to some other session. And when I came out and I found her, I said, I just found my childcare management system $1 late and a day short because it did everything I wanted it to do. So that later that year, we flew out to Colorado to meet with your team out there and see it in action in the childcare programs. And we're just blown away by what its capabilities. And we have been working ever since then to try to get our childcare providers here in South Carolina to use it because we see the beneficial side of using one. Like it's so important. So that was kind of like in that moment, I was like, that's the perfect childcare management system. So I was still excited that I get to, share it with our providers here.
Yeah. I love that. Well, we're grateful that we get to work with you.
Me too, you.
So, can you tell us what does the onboarding process look like for getting started with PSSA? So, from the very beginning, maybe they're watching and are interested in signing up. What
Mhm.
does that orientation process look like?
So prior to January, we were a fee-based organization. And after a couple of years of negotiations and meetings, we finally received a contract with our state licensing agency, DSS, SC Childcare, in January. And so now there is no fee, but I ask anyone that would like to be a member to refer themselves to me. I've created a form where they have to put all their information so that I know like what they're working on or need help with. And then I take every new member on about a 45 to 1 hour long orientation of the website and all of our resources. I want them to know exactly how to use the job board and what the job board is capable of doing. I want them to know where the policies are. And so I take them because I think that the resource platform is brilliant and amazing, but oh my gosh, it's so much information.
It is a lot.
There's like over 2,600 or 2,700 resources. Like it's a lot. And if I feel like if you just let providers have at it, they're going to miss some things because they're already stressed and busy and it's hard to pin them down on an easy day.
Yeah, and that can be overwhelming if you don't know exactly what you're looking for
Right.
right
Like
then.
if you don't know it's there, how are you going to find it? So
Mhm.
I take them through every step of it so they know all of the major resources and can use it and where they can find our training information, all of that stuff. And at the very end of my orientation, then I talk about why child care management systems are so important. And, I tell them all that I'm never going to try to change their mind if they already are using one. But I'm going to still tell you about Early Learning Ventures and Alliance Corps because I do think it is the perfect program. And so I share about you guys in every orientation that I do so that if they want to take advantage of what you guys have, they know how to access it. So I try to be thorough. I want people to use and to come back and to come back repeatedly
Yeah.
to use what we have. We've worked hard on it, and I want them to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I see that a lot. There's a lot of resources out there, but they're not always being utilized, I think,
Mm-hmm.
because people don't know where to start and where to go.
Mm-hmm.
So to have a full hour dedicated on
Mm-hmm.
how to use these resources, that's
Right.
amazing.
It's, right now that we're free, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, I'm just excited to get more and more people using it and on board. It's exciting for our state and their resources that they really need. So I'm just excited about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Faith said that she works with a lot of providers that have been taking advantage of the acquire for hire. That's good.
Yes. That our job board just, I don't know if the people that manage our resource platform, CCA Global in New Hampshire, were astounded by the numbers that I'm going to share. But last year, and I should have gotten the exact number before I jumped on here, we had just under 500 jobs at any period of time in 2023 posted. Those jobs received 193,000 views.
Wow.
I
Oh my
think that
gosh.
is tremendous impact.
That is.
I tell all of these people, I'm like, look, I can't promise the right people are going to see it, but with the kind of views that you get using this job board that pushes your jobs to 15 different sites, I mean, you've got to think at least one right person will see it.
Yeah.
So I think it's super impactful.
Those are amazing numbers. I love that. I love to hear the data and the
So
statistics
good.
behind that. Yeah. Thank
Mhm.
you.
You're
So
welcome.
you said that membership is free now. Is that all inclusive or do you have different tiers of membership? What services are included in a membership?
At this point, it is just one level of membership. That may be something that we look at doing in the future. Once we get the sub pool really, really working and smooth, we may move to a more tiered system. I would love to see us go and have actual technical support for business supports.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I dream about. But right now, we're just one basic membership. You get access to the resource platform, the job board, a lot of training opportunities, and soon you will have to be a member to be able to use the sub pool. So that's essentially what it is right now. We got to get this under us before we can even think about adding levels.
Yeah. Are members required to use a childcare management system? I know you said you give them the option on which they would like to use, but do they have to use something?
No, currently we don't enforce that. I know that I've lately heard that there are a lot of alliances that are mandating it. But listen, some of these people in South Carolina, it's taken us forever to just get them to fully trust us.
Yeah.
And let alone try to force them to use something technology wise. I will also say that in our state, Wi-Fi is not readily available in a lot of places. Like, it is super spotty the further south towards the coast you go in South Carolina. Like, there are a lot of people that don't have it. So to force them to use it is not something we're prepared to approach at this point in time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I highly encourage it. Please use something.
Yeah. Well, for those of us, I mean, I live in a big city. That's not something that I considered, that there's Wi-Fi is not always available for everybody.
Yep. We're working on it, but
yeah. And then, so along those lines, so you have options for in-person networking as well. And I think you did mention in-person trainings also. Yeah.
So our training team, Susan and Emily, will do in-person, meaning a childcare program has hired them to come and train just their staff. Or we often, in South Carolina, we have a state agency called South Carolina First Steps, and then every county has a First Steps partnership. And a lot of those partnerships will hire us to come and do training for the entire county. And so they do those or webinars on Zoom for the in-person portion of our trainings. And then the rest would be on our online university.
Okay. Awesome. What about networking in person? Or is it just training?
We do try to do that. And we really tried to do that before we moved out of our office last July, especially in the county that most of us live in. And trying to bring those providers together because they're kind of the ones that were there from the very beginning with us. But they do a great directors roundtable every month on Zoom, and they give the directors some program admin or professional development credit, training wise. And then the other part of the session is networking with one another. It's our philosophy that directors are each other's best resources, and you guys should be like getting to know each other and asking those hard questions, because nobody else knows how hard their jobs are except for the people that do it. So we have been working really hard towards increasing the networking amongst our providers.
Yeah, I love that. You guys are creating the perfect opportunity for that, because it's hard to go out and find those things on your own, but this is you guys are creating the space for that.
Right. Like, just hop on and let's talk, because God knows we all need to talk.
Yeah.
So
what would you say is one of the biggest benefits of becoming a member of PSSA as either a home care provider or a center?
I think that when you're a director or assistant director or a family provider who wears all the hats, I think it can be incredibly isolating. I know that in my 11 years in my center, I left that center during the day, like maybe once a year. You feel very isolated, and it's hard to leave and to go to different things to network and all of that. And so what I love is that we can be a good jumping off point. If somebody is feeling isolated and they don't know who to turn to, or even, what agency is out there willing to help with whatever the problem is, we can point them in that direction, because we're kind of right smack dab in the middle of all of it. And so being that person that they know, that they can trust, and that they can reach out to and say, Shelley, I don't know what to do. Can you help me? I think that's a really big benefit. And so I try very hard when I'm dealing with my providers to make it clear, like, I want to support you. I want you to be successful. I want to be your cheerleader. So whatever you need cheerleading on, let me know. And I'll do it. So I think that personal touch is really important and gives them a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the main benefits, aside from all the other benefits, which are plenty.
Yeah, there's a lot, but I feel like that goes into what we were just talking about. It's just you guys are creating a space to network and
Right,
to make these connections, and you're advocating for them.
right.
Yeah.
Really trying to add, like, getting on all the advisory committees we can get on, and being at every space. We've fought really hard to have a seat at the table.
Yeah.
And now we have our seat, and we're ready to go. Like, let's make some changes and let's do some good things.
And we've got a lot of comments on how you're doing an amazing job and love to see what others are doing in other states. And you guys are doing incredible things there in South Carolina.
So we're really proud of what we've accomplished. It's
You
been
should be.
a labor of love, and we're really proud.
Do you have any advice that you can share with other shared services alliances about what you guys are doing?
Yes. Um, and it's the same advice that we heard in our early days. If you are just starting off as a shared services alliance and you're doing it this way, the platform way, online, not as a hub, don't adopt any new giant life-changing programs before you have existed for at least 3 years, but we were told 5. Everybody said to us, 5 years, 5 years. Don't try to do a sub pool. Don't try to do this. Like, get what you're doing as a basis down underneath you, and then start adding in the other things. My other advice would be to talk to one another. Like, I think that's the beauty of being a part of this network of 35 states, is that when I don't know how to do something, I have 34 other states that I can reach out to and be like, help me.
Yeah.
And that's just really cool to have that kind of a support system.
Yeah.
My son just gave me a little shout out in the comments. It made me giggle.
Aw,
Sorry. Thanks,
that's
Davis.
sweet. Well, and speaking of moms, my mom, where is our one of
Yes.
our shared services alliances in Hawaii, and
Yes,
I know you just met with her to help her, and that's a perfect
I
example of
did.
helping each other and supporting each other.
I just think, I've been there. And when it was in the early days, I went to Atlanta to meet with the shared services team in Georgia, and I went to Nashville and met with them. And, knowing that other people have come before you and done a lot of the hard work already, like, the basis of what we do and what we say is like, why would we want to recreate the wheel when it's
Yeah.
already been done? And the same goes on a much larger scale in terms of shared services networks. Like, please talk to all of the different people and how they're doing things, because not one of us does things the same way. And it's really interesting once you start diving in. But definitely, like, reaching out and being patient. Being patient. Yeah, lots of patience.
How
So,
many members are you currently working with, and do you have can you share any goals or plans for expansion for this
so
year?
we have about, in our state, the last time I pulled the report, it was 2,700, but I'm going to guess that it's probably closer to 3,000 now with that grant that I mentioned.
Yeah.
We are currently working with about 547 of them. Because, again, we are small, and I am also in operations. I'm the marketing person, and I do all of the things. So it's trying to get the word out as much as we can that, hey, we're
Yeah.
free now, and there's no reason you shouldn't want to use our resources. Like, they're so good.
Yeah.
So about 540-ish.
Well, that number has already grown since we
It
initially
has, right?
talk about this What's Up Wednesday, so that's amazing.
Yeah, it is really exciting. And as people are finding out that we're free, I look at my little module where people have referred themselves. I'm like, oh my God, the number. Okay, let's get this done. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, and maybe this video can serve as, just
Yes.
another resource to help share and spread the word and learn more.
Yes, I just want people to understand that we don't want to be another agency getting in your business or any of that. We just want to help you
Yeah.
streamline everything and make it easier on you because it's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. And Ava just mentioned, and I'm glad that she brought this up, but at Early Learning Ventures, we do bring our hub partners together quarterly to create an opportunity to share and
Mhm.
learn from each other. So that's
Which
a
I
that's a
think
good
is
way.
I have met some really cool people through those meetings and through partnerships with you guys. Like Eva does a really great job of sending people to me to talk with me, like your mom, but other people. And I think it's really cool. Like I love helping other people reach their dream, and so
Yeah.
whether that's opening a childcare program or figuring out how to bring shared services to your state, I love it. And so I love ththose partnership meetings. They're great. I had to
We
miss the
have,
last one and I was so sad.
oh, well, that's good that they are, reoccurring and
Yes,
happening regularly,
yes,
right? Yeah.
yes.
Do you have any final thoughts to share with us today, Shelley?
I really don't. I love
Sure.
getting to work with you guys and your team. And it's so funny, like when I'm doing my little spiel and I'm talking about Alliance Corps and I say something like, I'll have my friends Gio and Milena reach out to you. And I'm like, but you know what? Like, seriously, I'm not just calling them that like as a, they're my friends. Like they really, I love them. Like
Oh,
I love these people. And I love that I have those relationships with you guys and some of the other states because I truly mean it when I say, let me have my friends reach out to you. And so I love the relationship that we've built over these last 8 years.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Shelley, and taking
You're
time
so
out of your day to
welcome.
be here to share with us. And we're so excited to work with you and to share all of this with everybody. And can't wait to see, what the future holds.
Me too. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching live.
Yes.
I have links to all these resources talked about today as far as Early Learning Ventures and Palmetto Shared Services Alliance, but I'm also going to put your links here in the comments as well for
Okay.
anyone watching to learn more. So thank you so much for joining us live today, everybody. Hope that we'll see you again here next week. Don't forget to comment and tell us what you fed for snack today to be entered into a raffle to win a year free of Alliance Core if you already are an existing user. That's exciting.
Totally worth the 5 seconds it would take to post what you had for serve for snack. So do it.
Yeah, and it's fun to share. We love to see that. So thank you for those of you who already had commented, and thank you all for joining us live today, and we will see you next week.
Thank you,
Bye.
Rachel. Thanks, everybody.